Well, viewers, to start off with, we're going to talk about Kerala and what's happening there. In the latest controversy that's right now surrounding the Kerala Chief Minister and the government, the financially strained left-front Kerala government at this point in time has decided to procure a lavish bus. Now, this particular bus costs a whopping 1 crore rupees. Now, this is for Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and his colleagues. The opulent vehicle is intended for the Nava Kerala Sadhas outreach program. This is scheduled from the 18th of November and it will go up to the 24th of November. The luxury bus, valued at 1.05 crore rupees, features a chassis costing 44 lakh rupees, stretching 12 meters high in length, and the special bus rivals the modern caravans. Now, offering this, of course, offers a lot of luxurious amenities to those, of course, driving it. The Chief Minister will enjoy a specially designed automatic reclining seat. The bus even boasts of a bio toilet. This will be worth 11 lakh rupees, along with a fridge, microwave oven, and even a special dining area and a wash basin. The 25 seats on board will accommodate the Chief Minister, 20 ministers, the Chief Secretary, the Chief Minister's assistant, and even 2 additional assistants. Meanwhile, critics primarily from the opposition, BJP and the UDF, have seized upon this development. They are accusing the government now of extravagance at the expense of the public exchequer. Now, for instance, the delayed disbursement of social welfare pensions. This amounts to 1,600 rupees, affecting over 60 lakh beneficiaries for the past 4 months. Now, all this, of course, is happening and the opposition is quite furious.
See, Kerala government has not been able to pay salary of the Road Transport Employees Corporation, the KSRTC, which is official government transport corporation. Every month, the employees have to go to the High Court and get an order for getting their salaries released. Millions of people going abroad because not one job has been created either by the Communist Party or by the Congress Party over the past 70 years. So Kerala is in a horrible shape financially and also morally. And of course, this bus thing which you're talking about is just tip of the iceberg. They'll be spending enormous amount of money at the end of it for what? I mean, the Chief Minister doesn't know, the Cabinet doesn't know, the Communist Party doesn't know.
The farmers and the common man in Kerala is committing suicide day by day because of the difficulties in living Kerala. The pensionaries, they are not getting the pension, and the 80-85 years ladies are begging for getting their pension. So, how it is possible to take such a decision by a democratic government by investing more than 1 crore rupees for traveling only 20 or 25 days? We are strongly condemning against this action taken by the government.
Going to do a political campaign using all the government machinery. Now they have purchased the Benz bus for Chief Minister and Minister's travel. It was really a misuse of money. It will expose the government's failure and their financial crisis and their nepotism, corruption, all these things. That UDF is launching a statewide program throughout the 140 constituencies from December 2 to December 22nd. That is we have named that People's Trial.
Now, meanwhile, in the defense, the government argues that the bus was procured to reduce costs. The Transport Minister emphasized that employing convoys for a month-and-a-half-long travel from Kasaragod to Thiruvananthapuram for the Chief Minister and 20 ministers would incur substantial expenses, is the defense. Let's listen.
21 മന്ത്രിമാർ മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി ഉൾപ്പെടെ 21 പേർ ഒറ്റയ്ക്കൊറ്റയ്ക്ക് കാറിൽ സഞ്ചരിച്ചാൽ ആ കാറുകൾ അതിനോടൊപ്പം എസ്കോർട്ട് പൈലറ്റ് എല്ലാം കൂടി ഒരു 10-75 വണ്ടികൾ ഒരുമിച്ച് യാത്ര ചെയ്താലുണ്ടാകുന്ന ഒരു സാഹചര്യം നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. അതേസമയം ഇപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരും ഒരുമിച്ച് മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി ഉൾപ്പെടെ 25 സീറ്റുള്ള ഒരു ബെൻസ് ബസ്സിലാണ് വരുന്നത്. KSRTCക്ക് തന്നെ ബെൻസ് ബസ് ഉള്ളത് നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം. ഇതിനേക്കാളും കൂടിയ വിലയുള്ള 1,38,00,000 രൂപ വിലയുള്ള 8 വോൾവോ ബസ് തന്നെ KSRTC സ്വിഫ്റ്റിനുണ്ട്. അതുമായിട്ട് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ബെൻസിന്റെ വില കുറവാണ്. അങ്ങനെ യാതൊരു ആഡംബരമോ അങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങൾ ഈ വാർത്തകളിൽ പറയുന്നത് പോലെയുള്ള പൊടിപ്പും തൊങ്ങലും വെച്ചുള്ള ഒന്നും ബസ്സിനകത്ത് ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. 25 സീറ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവും. കാരണം 21 മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി ഉൾപ്പെടെ 21 പേരുണ്ടല്ലോ. പിന്നെ ഡ്രൈവറും കണ്ടക്ടർമാരും പിന്നെ ആ രീതിയിലുള്ളൊരു അസിസ്റ്റന്റ്, അത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഇതിന് ഈ ഒരു ബസ്സിൽ പോകുന്നത് തന്നെ ഒരു മെസ്സേജാണ്. കാരണം എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ട്രാഫിക് ജാം ഇല്ലാതെ പോകാം, അധിക വാഹനങ്ങളുടെ അകമ്പടി വേണ്ട, സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ 21 വണ്ടികൾ ഓടേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. അത് ചെലവ് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ പോലും ലാഭമായിരിക്കും.
Well, my colleague Jayalakshmi joins us live on the broadcast. Jayalakshmi, this is very interesting. On one hand, the opposition is crying foul. They're seeing a scam. The government is saying, well, nothing wrong here. We are actually doing one better. Instead of these convoys traversing through different districts, causing inconvenience, we are moving in a bus. So what's wrong? So what is the sentiment among the people there in Kerala about this move by the government?
The people here in Kerala are obviously not very happy about this, because as the BJP and the opposition claims, there has been a lot of pending amount that the government is yet to give through the pension scheme and also through the ministries. The transport ministry itself is going on a financial crisis. So amidst all of these, when the government is trying to promote a public event which is sponsored by the state, which is being done by the state government, just to publicize their programs that they have done throughout their term, the public is clearly not very happy about it, and the opposition has also criticized the state government as to why there is such an extravagance amidst this crisis that is going on.
Right, Jayalakshmi, thank you for joining us on the broadcast with all those details. Let me open this up. Vinita Hariharan, the BJP spokesperson, is with us. We also have Dr. Jayaraj, he's a political analyst. Also, Rahul Easwar, activist, with us today. Let's take this across to Dr. Jayaraj first. Dr. Jayaraj, now care to explain at this point in time, how does this really look? While, of course, some of the people that we've been speaking to in Kerala, they are questioning the extravagance. On the other hand, of course, there's been a defense that's come in from the government that, well, there would be a lot of inconvenience if these amount of convoys are plying on the street. So this is probably better.
Absolutely right. What they are saying is correct, because if they go with the convoy and the personal staff and all the other things, the cost will be more. If they are going in a bus, it will not cost more. That is definitely one of the added advantage of this. Regarding the debt of the government, 50,000 crore rupees are denied by the central government to the state government. And even when we look at the expenses of the ministers, even the governor appointed by the Arif Muhammad Khan, appointed by the BJP government, has 144 staff, less than 100 files in a year. For Chief Minister of Kerala, there are only 33 personal staff. Other ministers, they look 500 files in a month. They have only 25 staffs at all. Look at the expenditure they are spending for that. Look at the expenditure the opposition party leader, opposition leaders, V.D. Satish spending on government money. And this is actually splurge. We are saying that the government is, the government of Kerala, or the government of Kerala for the last 2 terms, faced 2 great deluges, COVID and Nipah, and all the things were taken care of, and the social security pension were given by the government of Kerala. All the shops and establishments were closed, and we are after gaining momentum on this sense. And the opposition is putting up with baseless arguments like gold smuggling and different things.
But Dr. Jayaraj, give me I want a rationale behind this. I agree with you that, this many convoys on the streets could be a menace. But the cost, the luxury inside this bus, is that warranted? Secondly,
look at the
I'm sure that you're not going to have this as a continuous process. The Chief Minister isn't going to be living in this bus. It is going to be for a particular stretch that he is going to be traveling in this bus. So you're going to have convoys of the Chief Minister and the ministers delivering them to the bus and again picking it up. So it's only going to be through that transition period that they're going to be in this bus. While your rationale, of course, holds good. I'm agreeing with that. But the question that some of them are asking about is about the luxury that's present inside the bus, the cost of the bus in itself.
We have got a lot of caravan tourism in Kerala. We have got a lot of caravan tourism in Kerala, and after that, this will be taken up by the tourism department. It is not a sheer waste of money. We are reducing the cost at any means, because we are in a debt situation because of the atrocities by the central government, and not only central government, all the opposition parties and all the opposition government are saying the same thing, that whether it is Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh or Tamil Nadu, they are saying in the same voice that the central government is opposing, central government is denying their rights in a federal republic, and they are not allowing, and they are suffocating the people, and they are punishing the people. If we are giving 1 rupee to the government, we are only getting 25 paise, and for UP it is 1.25 paise is allotted because of this disparity. You must look at these disparities and understand that we have got a better literacy and we have got a better living of standard, and they are punishing
Okay.
us of this cost. And we
Okay.
have got a
Rahul
low
Easwar,
child
not
mortality
a waste
rate.
of money. Bus will be used once again for tourism purposes. Do you buy that argument?
Yes.
Two submissions. What is going to happen is a political propaganda using public expense. We can definitely debate whether it is right or wrong, but the government objective or the stated objective is that government is going to interact with the public and publicize the achievements of the government. That, especially on the eve of the elections, especially Lok Sabha election, is seeming like a much more public relation exercise. There is nothing wrong in that. But the ethical question here is it ethically proper? Is it appropriate? Is it, in the proprietary sense of the righteousness that a government is using public money for the personal or the political campaign, whether it is left, Congress or BJP, doesn't matter. Using state and public money, especially when Kerala is not in a good shape, is definitely troublesome. And, we can all have the blame game, left blaming right, right blaming center, center blaming left. But beyond that, Kerala is not in a good shape is something we all know. Even the Honorable High Court went to the extent of severely criticizing the government for spending. So communist government, we all believe they are much more austere in their approach. They are much more people-friendly and, pro-people in their approach. Usually leftists and Gandhians are usually like that. But it is troublesome, or it is questionable that a left government is spending so much, and naturally eyebrows will be raised and naturally questions will be asked. I hope our friends and comrades in left will be more tolerant towards it and answer the queries of the media and the public.
Okay, Vinita Hariharan, I think some of the aspects that some of the BJP leaders spoke about, Mr. Rahul Easwar, of course, spoke on similar lines. What is the grouse of the BJP here? Because the clear-cut defense that's coming in is, one, we are reducing the number of vehicles. It will help the people, especially the common man. It's not going to trouble them in terms of traffic. The other is they are saying for tourism purposes, bus is going to be used. They're not saying this is extravagance at all.
No, absolutely not. The Kerala's public finance, the health of the public finance in Kerala is well known, and it's been acknowledged by the state-owned institute itself for public finance, and also by the Kerala Public Sector, Public Revenue Committee. They have also acknowledged that Kerala is in a huge debt, and they've mounted a debt of around 3 lakh crore now, more than 3 lakh crore, and their debt to GSDP ratio has also gone beyond the limits of the FRBM Act, and therefore the centre is helpless. They have given 53,000 crores over the last 5 years. The central government has given. That's a record, that has been given to the state, much more than any other state has got. 53,000 crores over the last 5 years, over and above all the public programs that we are giving them subsidy, more than 50 to 80% subsidy given on flagship programs. And they're constantly blaming the centre, beyond what they are doing. The ill health of the Kerala government has been acknowledged by none other than the Kerala's finance minister himself. Mr. Balagopal has declared that the state is in a huge financial crisis. They were not able to pay the suppliers, around 720 crores of liabilities to suppliers from Supplyco, the KTTFC, investors not getting their money back, and all, the finance minister raising his hands up and saying that, there is no money in the coffers. So, and then this is the time, and then you have all these lawlessness, you have the murder of the girl child in Alwe by the migrant laborers, the migrant labor issues, and then you have the Kalamashiri bus blast, and so many, so on and so forth. You have to take cognizance of what's happening in the state and repair the kind of damages that are happening in the state. We have to take cognizance of what's happening internally, and then it's like Nero playing the fiddle when Rome was burning. They take out a luxury bus, and they take the entire cabinet along with them and go to the mandals and to the blocks. And this is just not the way. You using public money to spread the cause of the party is absolutely not done. And it's a conflict of interest case, absolutely a conflict of interest. And you cannot disturb the entire cabinet machinery and take them on a luxury bus throughout the state for a month-long period and look at the kind of money that's being spent on it, and then comparing it by saying the convoy is cost, and it's like comparing a larger evil with a lesser evil. That's absolutely not done, And what about the administrative machinery? That means the administrative machinery has completely failed. The administrative machinery is there to, take cognizance and identify issues on the ground. This is what they're claiming that they're going for on the bus. So is that all closed? Is the secretariat closed in Trivandrum? And are they all going to be traveling by this luxury bus for the next 1 month? And what about all the e-files that are going to be accumulating in their computers? Will they be having computers in the buses where they will clear all the files, or will that all be kept pending when they come back in December and clear all this backlog? So it's an absolute travesty of all kinds of propriety and ethics, as Rahul Easwar also mentioned. We would just like to put that on record.
Okay, so basically, if I can sum it up, you're calling this a political yatra or a rally?
It's not a political yatra. It's reaching the people, just reaching the people. That's
okay.
it.
Dr.
Because
Jayaraj
all
wants
the
to
media,
respond.
all
Okay,
the
that was what I got the gist of from what the BJP there said. Even I think Mr. Rahul Easwar as well hinted that this is more often than not you're looking at when you have such rallies that come to the fore, especially in the run-up to any elections. Now, while of course you're saying you're taking across various messages to the people, but it's in the run-up to the Lok Sabha election. So questions will arise.
It's nothing to do with Lok Sabha elections, because last time Congress got 19 here. So we are not, we are in a same platform in opposing the BJP in the central government. The CPIM and Congress together stand for against the BJP. That is true. For that, this election doesn't matter at all. To be true, to be frankly speaking, and what about Vinita Hariharan was talking about is are baseless arguments, and 80%. In which of the project central government is giving 80%? Is it in the highway project? Is it in the railway project? Is it in any other project? 80% is given by the central government Kerala. Can you say one? That is my question. Don't say as such.
Okay, Dr. Jayaraj, I also want you to respond to some other aspects that they touched on upon. They're saying this is the public's money. At the end of the day, the entire secretariat is moving for this particular event. What happens to, files that come in? A lot of backlogs, of course, that need to be dealt with.
Exercise. First thing you have to understand that this is not a public relation exercise. For public relations, there is a department called PRD, and everybody
explain
using
to us
that.
What exactly is going to be spoken about to the people when you go on this particular yatra? What are you going to really speak about?
It is reaching out to the people and what they want. It is a feedback. It's a form of feedback. Ministers going to the people and getting the response. Uman Jandi, the last Congress minister, also did a campaign called Adivegam Vidhuduram by getting to the people, and it was uploaded by even UN. You must understand all these things. In Kerala, the much more educated people needs their people representative near them to ask about, to air their grievances and all their worries and to their leaders.
So are you saying that in a bus full of ministers and the chief minister, the common man, everyone who has a grouse, will be able to access each and every one of these ministers to raise their issues and concerns? Is that going to be so open?
Each and every person. It's an open platform. It's a democratic platform. They are not living in in a castle, in a glass castle. They are going to the people. They are getting the feedback directly from them. That is what is meant to be. That is why they are going in bus. Otherwise, they should have used convoys. They should have used luxury cars. They should have used other security measures and all. They are directly going to the people to get the feedback from them. What is wrong in that?
Can I point out one thing?
Okay, I want Rahul Easwar to come in. Mr. Rahul Easwar, go ahead. I think...
Two quick points.
Yes, go ahead.
Two two quick points. One, there is a difference between Adivegam Bahuduram because CM Ummanchandi alone is going, or CM Ummanchandi with the limited resources going and taking feedback. So many ministers going to one constituency will be an over expense rather than ministers or people going to many constituencies would be the right way ahead. And Adivegam Bahuduram also has, some kind of idea, inspiration from Sri Alphonse Kannathanam, who is presently a BJP leader, who was a celebrated civil servant. As a public, my only humble request is our leaders should lead by example. We had a chief minister earlier called Sri EMS Nambudripad, who the legend is that he once even requested 2 saris for his daughter, saying that I right now don't have money. Even when he was the chief minister, he was writing a letter to the textile owner saying that I right now don't have money. Next month when I get salary, I will give the money for the 2 saris of my child. See, that much austerity was inspired by the earlier leaders of all parties, whether it is EMS or whether it is Marardi from BJP or whether it is earlier leaders of or Sri Kennedy, like people from Congress. So austerity, a sanely kind of living, less luxury. These were all the hallmarks of all the leaders from BJP, Congress, and left at an earlier point of time. I believe leaders should lead by example and not fall for this luxury kind of attitude where there is extravagance, where there is some kind of a splurge, where there is overspending, then people will naturally have that kind of wrong tendencies. Even from our independence days, people like Mahatma Gandhi always, as a public policy, had an attitude of not spending too much from the leadership styles. So these are the things that we should learn when we are going to a pro-market economy. When we are overspending, it will create a bad habit of showing off, exhibitionism in a bigger way. So I hope they will reconsider. They will reconsider at least some nuances of it and, show people the right example of reaching out. And that reaching out should be by connecting to people, not by luxury buses. It should be by solving people's real problems, but not by having a media event to publicize themselves.
Okay, no media event. Too much of luxury involved here. Mr. Jayaraj, I have only 30 seconds. I want you to respond. I'm going to wrap.
Yeah. When Rahul Easwar was the Youth Commission chairman and the Youth Commission representative, he withdrawn more money from the state exchequer under the Ummanchandi government. And he is talking about this thing. What is the ethics and what are the moral values he is upholding?
Well, we are talking about the government here. Let's not go and talk about individuals. I want you to respond to that statement very quickly.
Yeah.
Reach out to various people.
This is not correct.
To people. So I believe communities should lead by example.
Yeah. This is the example that we set. I gave my 1 month salary to the salary challenge at the time of the 2 deluges and the COVID and the Nipah time when the government is at struggle. That is the Kerala model. It is not a single person. It's a collective measure. That is communism. Correct. That is different from the capitalistic ideology that you are holding, Mr. Rahul. You must understand that. You have to have a broader picture of the people of Kerala. Don't involve in divisive politics.
From your ideological core?
All right.
What you are doing here.
All right. Vinita Hariharan, Rahul Easwar and Dr. Jayaraj, I thank all of you all for joining us. But at this point in time, of course, the people will be the best judge as to what's happening, whether it is capitalism or communalism in Kerala. And this, of course, starts from tomorrow. We'll keep a close watch as to all the developments that take place during this entire rally or yatra that's going to get underway in Kerala. I thank all of you all for joining us. We are moving on to some important updates that's coming in from Karnataka. A very key meeting is right now underway in Bengaluru. This is, of course, for the BJP to choose its leader of opposition. Now, it's been nearly 6 months, of course, after the elections. The BJP hasn't chosen the leader of opposition. Very recently, the High Command announced that B.Y. Vijayendra, the son of B.S. Yedurappa, will be the party president. But what about the leader of opposition? And while, of course, this particular meeting is underway, there are observers from the centre who've already come in here. Nirmala Sitharaman, the Rajya Sabha MP from Karnataka, is one of them who's here. Now, while, of course, all of this is happening, one of the MLAs, Baswangada Patil Yatnal, has walked out of the meet. Now, we should note here that politics in Karnataka always has some flavor of Nataka to it. Now, this is the latest development. A couple of MLAs very quickly have left from the leader of opposition, the choosing or whatever right now is happening in terms of taking inputs of the MLAs. They have left. Now, He's already spoken earlier in the day where he's hit out indirectly at B.Y. Vijayendra. There have, of course, been differences of opinion between Mr. Yatnal and Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa as well in the past. But while we take a look at all the drama that's happening, we're going to be cutting across live to the pictures that are coming in from the private hotel where this particular meeting is right now underway. My colleague Imran, I believe, is live with us. Imran, the BJP, of course, for the last 4 to 5 months has been hearing quite a bit from the Congress, even in the past from the JDS as well. But now, of course, they're allies with the JDS. But today, does it look like they will be able to really make that decision because the winter session of the Assembly is just a few days away?
Well, absolutely, Deepak. This issue has been where the Congress has relentlessly targeted the BJP, the main opposition party in Karnataka, over the non-appointment of leader of opposition and also the party president. In fact, they said that this is the first time when the last assembly happened that there was no LOP. What in the context of it, the outburst of Yatnal is that it's quite interesting. He said that he's not bow down to any G usury or not he will be bow down to any blackmailers. Joining with me is also Prashant from spokesperson of BJP and Vijay Crore, senior journalist. So briefly, I will come to you. How do you see the outburst of Yatnal? He came also and he also left early from the meeting.
Well, see, Yatnal is known for, his animosity with, certain leaders. And he just wanted to make a point, knowing very well that he was not going to be in the race also. That is something which is very clear. Because it wouldn't have gone to him for the fact that, as I told earlier also, the leader of opposition is a very responsible post. And Yatnal, all of us know, has very short temper or, the kind of loose cannon that he is. But clearly, his outburst today once again signifies the friction in the party. We've seen factionalism. The reason why the party could not decide, and this is again come to the fore today, that just before the meeting, if somebody is making this kind of noise and, saying that he is not going to do G Azuri or is going out to have a cup of tea, certainly shows the kind of concern that he has for, the seriousness of the meeting today. I'm surprised by, the behavior that he's shown, or even Arvind Bellad, who's another young leader. There was no reason for him to come and go back. And this is something which raises questions whether Vijayendra, his appointment will,
Question to Prashant. Prashant, like senior reporter Mr. Vijay Crore said, that, there clearly is a fiction and it is showing that leaders have come and left early.
See, if you observe what Mr. Yatnal said when he was leaving, he said that he's communicated his point of view to the election observers and then slept. One thing is that...
I also get in the background, not just him leaving or today. Today, before coming here, also he made a very statement saying that I will not bow down to blackmailers, I will not do G Huzuri.
See, what happens, as I said earlier,
each person bearing any impact on the election of the...
See, not really. See, if you look at, BJP has traditionally been a party...
I request you to hold on with that question. I request you to hold on with that question to Mr. Prashant because I heard what you're just asking him. And in fact, I'm going to play out that bite of Mr. Yatnal where he's of course gone ahead and said that he's hit out, in fact, that he won't bow down to blackmailers. Who is he hinting at? Let's play this bite out and then you can take that question back to Mr. Prashant there.
ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಏನು ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ದ್ರೋಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸತ್ಯಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ನಾನು ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು ನಡೆದಿದೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಪಕ್ಷ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಪುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಒಪ್ಪುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂದೂ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಒಪ್ಪುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೇಂದ್ರ ವರಿಷ್ಠ ಮಂಡಳಿ ಕೆಲವೇ ಚೇಲಾಗಳ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಿ ಪಕ್ಷ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದು. ನಾವೇನು ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಅಂಜುವುದು, ಬೆದರುವುದು, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
Imran, we just played out that reaction of Mr. Baswangowda Patil Yatnal. Very interesting here, especially at a time where the BJP needs to get its house in order. The Lok Sabha elections are just around the corner. They've just elected the party president after a lot of thinking. And it seems like some of them are not very happy with that decision. What do the BJP spokespersons have to say about it?
Prashant, we just played out Yatnal's bite where he is alleged that he's not bowed down to blackmailers. In fact, there was an attempt to buy out his silence, and he says that he'll not do G Huzuri. where the BJP was constantly attacking Congress of being divided house. Isn't it now that your house also divided, and that has been a bearing now on the appointment of LOP now?
See, Etnal is a very senior legislator. He has been a union minister in Vajpayee's government. If he had some aspirations and if the aspirations are not being met, one thing we have to understand as a party is when party is looking at second generation leadership and to give youngsters a chance, it is natural that some seniors are feeling that they are not getting the post that they deserve or they deserve it more than others. But that's not the case. In a party which is looking at Amrit Kaal,
he's calling somebody as blackmailers. He's saying that attempt is made to buy out his silence.
He made those statements. You have to find out from him in what context he made those statements and who are the persons who approached him. To please take stock with Mr. Etnal directly on the issues that he has alleged that somebody has spoken to him or approached him. Those issues you please talk to him directly and find out. But insofar as party stand is concerned, the party would definitely appoint a person who would take on the government on the floor of the house very effectively to combat all the issues and to ensure that the government cannot misgovern. We have to ensure that they give good governance, to ensure that they do that.
His outburst and some of the leaders who are unhappy with the decision of the party president, nominee who's been appointed as party president, has having any impact on the LOP's decision?
See, not really.
Delays ascribed to that?
See, definitely not. Now that the meeting is underway and the central observers have come and they will take into the opinion of the legislators, and also they will decide saying who will be the best suited candidate, and definitely whoever is chosen would definitely, all of them would definitely work for the collective welfare of the party. There is no doubt on it.
Collective welfare of the party, who will be chosen next candidate is what Prashant, spokesperson of the BJP, says. We have to wait and see whether the decision will be announced today or it will take some more time. We are anxiously, like everybody else, are waiting here, Deepak.
Imran, a quick update. What's happened? Or have the observers really taken the opinion of most of the MLAs? Are we expecting a decision today? Quickly.
Well, yes, MLAs, the opinions are being taken. In fact, the two observers, central observers sent by the party, whether decision will be there by today or not, we have to wait and see, because some of the senior leadership came and said that the decision will be announced today. Some are saying apprehensive, saying that it will probably take, once the decision is sent to party president Nadda, it lies up to the high command whether to announce today or a couple of days later. But Prashant, just one quickly, whether decision will be taken today or in the coming days?
The meeting is underway, and once they finish the meeting, they would convey the decision as to whether they'll announce now.
Today or late tomorrow?
I have to speculate as much as you are speculating. The meeting is underway. We'll hope that they'll come out with a...
BJP party will always be suspense,
right,
where all eyes will be on the high command. That's what we can say here at the moment, Deepak.
Right, Imran, that's my colleague Imran Khan there, of course, keeping us on top of the coverage there, bringing us all the updates from the LOP meeting that's underway in Bengaluru. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you for all the developments. Meanwhile, we're slipping in a quick break. News and updates continue. Stay with me now.